Hello and welcome. You're listening to Start Again with Shaunna Lee, the place where you will be reminded that it's never too late and you're never too old to do the damn thing. So stick around if you're ready to vibe higher and be inspired to chase your dreams. Together, we will uncover your soul's truest desires. Now, if you're ready, let's get started. You guys, we made it! My first Simply Shaunna episode. This was quite the journey to get here. This dream of mine to have a podcast is now a reality. What you will discover with me is that I will alternate between these solo episodes and interviews with amazing people who have inspiring stories of their own. These people have created new realities, they've chased their dreams, and perhaps they will show you what is possible for you. And also, it should be noted that I'm calling these solo episodes Simply Shaunna episodes because my handle on all of the socials is at Simply Shaunna Lee. See what I did there? But first, who the hell am I and how did I get here? Well, first, you should know that I am going to say a lot of crazy shit. So just take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. I also curse quite a bit, thus the explicit rating on this podcast. So if you're offended by profanity, I'm probably not your girl. I love my people fiercely and I keep them close. So if I let you into my world, well, you must be pretty special. And from an early age, I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to write books, but mostly I just wanted to help people. I happened to take the very long way to get here, and wow, was that a bumpy road. What started as a poor girl from South Austin's story quickly turned to a teen pregnancy statistic. I found myself pregnant as a senior in high school, and we got married way too young, but we had another beautiful baby girl together. When I first found myself expecting this baby girl at 17, I really saw no examples of that turning out well. Like college no longer seemed like it was feasible. I was fairly certain I'd remain poor forever, and I had no idea what the hell I was doing. But somewhere along the way, I found some sort of determination and grit, and it gave me the desire to be the example that I didn't see. You see, in my very narrow view of the world at the time, I didn't have any examples of women having babies early in life and then still going on to do amazing things and have successful careers. So I had a deep need to show other young moms that, well, if I can do it, well, so can you. So I went on to finish college. I graduated with a marketing degree from the business school at UT. This was one of my very first accomplishments that I'm super proud of, right behind being a mom. So fast forward through some twists and turns, I spent nearly 2 decades in corporate America chasing someone else's dream and making other people wealthy. So 3 divorces, 4 babies later, I was left feeling so unfulfilled and I felt lost. I also sucked at romantic relationships, but I was doing a damn fine job of creating amazing human beings. I'm so deeply proud of my ability to learn how to raise these children when I didn't know what I was doing. And these children are literally my favorite people on the entire planet. They are like these little pieces of my heart venturing out into this wild, crazy world. And now I know some people chose or choose not to have children of their own because this world is, well, how do we say, pretty fucked up. But I happen to view it a little bit differently. So I want to leave this world a better place for my being in it. And one of the first ways I identified that I could do that is by helping to raise 4 healthy, happy human beings so that they could then go out and do more than I could, better than I did, and they could leave the world a better place than I did. And it wasn't until corporate America chewed me up and spit me out that I realized I wasn't actually fully living my life. And that's when I decided to shake things up. I mean, really, the question is true. If not now, when? So I found myself with an abundance of time and a story to be told. So I had always dreamed of writing a book, but I had also always created all these excuses and bullshit reasons why it wasn't possible for me for way too long. So finally, I did write 3 different books, and I published my first one at the age of 45. It is called So You're Divorced, So What? You can find it on Amazon or on my site, which I'll link below. So I say that it is the prettiest divorce book you'll ever read because, quite honestly, divorce is a horrible topic and no one wants to talk about it. But I dive headfirst into really identifying that our experiences do not actually define us. Just because you're in a shitty situation today does not predestine you to a shitty future. You are in complete control, and this book is inspiring, but it also gives you the concrete action steps to build a life of your dreams, regardless of the fact that you may find yourself divorced. It is your path to rebuilding with dignity and grace. So, I started my own business initially as a seamstress, and I dove headfirst into the world of Feng Shui. That's where my spiritual journey began. And coincidentally, my children refer to all woo woo topics as feng shui. It's quite funny. So, feng shui led me to the law of attraction, which led me to meditation, and then energy healing and tarot readings and psychics. For real, y'all. I met with all the crazies, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret. They are brilliant, and I love them. Both the personal and the professional transformation for me that followed was massive. And over the next 3 years, my business shifted. I continued to pivot and work through my own healing process. I expanded my vision for what was possible for me, and I began helping others to do the same. So today, I'm the founder of this business that transforms lives. I am helping leave the world prettier than I found it, one heart at a time. So I offer one-on-one coaching, I've created several online courses, and I also write books. This podcast, though, is going to help me reach the masses. And my wellness retreats, they let me lead in a very intimate and private setting. If you hear all of those things and you know anything about human design, then you can probably guess that I am a manifesting generator type. And it's likely not surprising that I'm a Gemini. So let's just say I've always got a lot going on, and that's the way I like it. So there's much more to my story, including how I learned to truly love again. And I've created this life that not only am I deeply happy with, but I'm pretty fucking proud of it. And I want you to feel the same way about yours. Stay tuned. I'll share my experiences because I'm an open book and I have made so many mistakes along the way that honestly, it's just good entertainment. But I will also introduce you to some other amazing people who have stories of their own. You'll get to see examples of other people coming from similar or even quite different situations than yours, but they're still accomplishing their goals. They're still becoming the people they want to be, and they've done some really amazing things. You will be inspired and you'll start to think, well, if they can do it, maybe so can I. And those are expanders, and you are welcome in advance. We are going to talk about all the things moving forward. We will talk about the woo woo, and I will make it just a wee bit more relatable for you. We will talk about the science behind the psychology of the human brain, and I'm going to give you some really interesting people to meet. I hope that by listening to this podcast, you will learn that just because we might fuck it up from time to time, that doesn't make us less worthy to get what we want in life. We simply aren't required to continue those same shitty circumstances that we all find ourselves in from time to time. I am so excited to finally be here with you, and I look forward to our time together. Buckle up, Buttercup. This ride isn't for the faint of heart, and you are going to be so glad you came. First, I want to leave you with this. We should all be willing to see it differently because when we do that, it opens up the world of possibilities. So just because we might believe it to be true doesn't actually make it true. The thoughts we have create the beliefs we have, and you actually have the power to change those. And that is where your innate power comes from. When we are willing to see things differently, it opens up that magical moment when we can say, oh my gosh, I never thought of it that way. And it's at that moment when we realize the power of how that opens you up and what it can mean for the rest of your life. I am going to help you uncover your true power and give you permission to follow your dreams. I will bring you stories that inspire you to think, well, if they can do it, hey, wait a second, maybe so can I. Those expanders are powerful people, and yet they are no different than you. So here's your little tiny intro to who I am and where I came from. I will share so much more along the way. But thank you for joining today, and thank you for your support. I truly appreciate you being here, and I hope that you have a lovely day. So now let's get out there and get started. Okay, listen. Are you struggling to find what your true purpose really is? You should try journaling. At the very least, it will get you to a better feeling place than where you are right now. I've created a set of journal prompts to get you on your way to discovering who you truly are and where you want to go from here. My free download is called Journal Yourself to Joy, and it's available at ShaunnaLee.com under Free Stuff. These are my tried and true journal prompts that will raise your energy, increase your positivity, and brighten your day. Download yours today.